Hi guys, it's me. I'm back. This is your nutrition video. I was gonna put some makeup on and look really pretty for you guys, but I didn't. I just don't feel like you guys really care about that, and I don't either. So here we are. So just to start this off, what I wanted to say was nutrition is very important, not only for your health, but for losing weight. If losing weight is your main goal, you should know that 80% of weight loss comes from good nutrition. So you could do all these workouts with us, check in every single day, and you will gain some muscle and you will tone up, but you will plateau very, very quickly in the beginning and you will stop losing weight because you got to get your nutrition in check, that's just the reality of it. It's got to be both. So there are 3 plans I wanted to talk to you about. I'm not going to go into super detail with it because I will bore the crap out of you and I will lose you in this video, and there's a lot of information. So I'm just sort of going to guide you to where to go to find this information. And I want you to do some research on your own, and please ask me questions. If you would like to do a phone call, a Zoom call, or text message, or whatever with me, I would love to speak with you personally, and we will find your plan. Okay? So pause this video for a second and go into your Beachbody On Demand app, and then go into Lift 4 and your Lift 4 materials. Right there, you will find your Lift 4 program and nutrition guide. Now, because we're doing the Lift 4, I want you to read this in its entirety, because it's not only about the nutrition, it's also going to tell you about the workouts, how they're going to go, all the program materials that you're going to need, your tracking your progress, etc. But right now, I want you to go to page 4, and you're going to find step 1, and this is exactly why this plan is good for anyone who has no idea what they're doing, and they're like, I don't care, I just want to do the simplest one. This is the one for you, because look what the first statement is. Use your current weight. There is no math. There's no anything. You just weigh yourself, and that's your plan, and you follow it. Couldn't be easier. Okay? So if you don't want to do anything complicated, and you don't really care that much, but you know you need to get your nutrition in check, there you go. You can stop this video right now and just read through that, and that's your plan. So I'm 135 pounds, so I'd be plan A. It shows you right there your portion control cups. They're color coordinated, how many you eat in a day, and couldn't be simpler. So the thing I'll say about the portion control cups, a lot of you signed up with me with the Beachbody challenge pack, and if the Beachbody On Demand challenge pack, and if you did, you will get the challenge. You'll get the portion control cups in the mail. If you did not, some of you from my previous program did a challenge pack with just the Lift 4, and that was not included in the package. If you do want the portion control cups, let me know. I'll order them for you. They're very inexpensive. They're like $7. It's very inexpensive. I actually, because I'm all about a deal, and I am not here to sell you guys anything. I really could give a crap. I want you to be healthy, and I want you to have the best progress ever. I want you to do well. And if you don't want to spend any more money, I don't blame you, because I did a lot of this stuff in the beginning before I started making money and all that. I did a lot of knockoff stuff. But I want to warn you, Amazon does make a knockoff version of the portion control cups, and they're like 40 cents more than the ones on Beachbody On Demand. So you may as well buy those ones because they're the original ones. That being said, though, if you don't want to buy them at all, they are not weird measurements, so I'm going to give you the measurements. If you have measuring cups in your house, you can just use that. So starting from the top, if you guys want to write this down, your green cup is your veggie cup. It is a standard 1 cup. Same thing with your purple cup. That's your fruit cup. Again, a standard 1 cup. Your red cup is your protein cup. That's 3/4 of a cup. Your yellow cup is your carbohydrates. That's 1/2 of a cup. Your blue cup is your healthy fats. That is 1/3 of a cup. And your orange cup is for your seeds and dressings. That's 2 tablespoons. And then, of course, the teaspoon is obviously a teaspoon. So there you go. You don't even have to buy them. But if you do want them, message me. We'll order them for you. No big deal. Now, just read through this. If this is the plan that you want, it couldn't be simpler. There you go on the left-hand side that tells you what the cups are. They're color coordinated, however many you're supposed to have in a day. There you go. Now, if you scroll down to page 7, it'll show you a sample menu of what what your menu should look like. And even further, if you go down to page 12, it'll show you the list of foods. So there is a list of foods because there are some no-no foods. Like, for instance, I would consider potato chips a carbohydrate, but they're not going to be on that list, and there's a reason for that. And the other thing I'll say about the cups is that sometimes you got to read into them, because if you're going to use a certain ingredient, sometimes it's not measuring it in a cup. So, for instance, in the veggies cup, if you look down to beets, it's 2 medium beets. You're not putting as many beets into that green cup as you can fit in there. It's just 2 medium beets. So some of the things are like that. So kind of just read them a little bit. And the last thing I'll say is that your protein, your red cup, your Shakeology counts as 1 red cup. So every day that you have your shake, you are eating one of your reds. And then let's go up to page 11. Don't forget to read that. That's your cheat week. So this is my favorite part about this plan. And if you do any of the other 2 plans too, I suggest doing this, because if there's anything that I know for sure, if you tell yourself you're not going to eat something, you're going to eat it anyway, and then you're going to be really mad at yourself, and you're going to go into a horrible downward spiral into a black hole of shame, and we don't want that. So cheat day is everything, okay? And cheat day is not, I'm going to eat like an extreme breakfast burrito situation with all the cheese in the world, and then for lunch I'm going to have just donuts, and then for dinner I'm going to have loaded nachos and a keg of beer. That is a disaster is what that is. What a cheat day is, and read it. It will tell you that you're going to have, like, if you want a donut or a piece of cake or whatever that is, you're going to add that into your diet that day. So that's going to be your cheats for the week. You're going to put them into your plan. And the reason why this is the best thing too is because we're going to be going through all 3 holidays, guys. I don't want you to not eat those things. I don't want you to sacrifice those things in the holidays, because that doesn't make sense. That's not living, you know? And you guys are not here to be like, bikini models, or whatever, and if you are, you're in the wrong spot, I gotta tell you, because this is about a lifestyle. This is about a lifestyle change, and this is not a diet, and this is not a quick fix. This is a new lifestyle change for you, okay? We're going to be introducing working out into your life for good. We're going to be introducing you to eating good foods for good. And that also means eating a freaking donut every now and then for me. Because if you told me I couldn't eat a donut, I'd tell you to go fuck off. Plain and simple. Okay, so that's cheat. I could go on and on about the cheats. And then at the end, I want you to read about water and coffee and all that stuff. You can have your coffee and tea. There's some free things that you can put in there. There's some other little tips in there. Water is really, really, really important. This is something that is a must in this too. So this is about moving your body. This is about putting good things in your face, and that includes water. Water, our body is mostly made up of water, and if you don't put water into it, one, you're dehydrated and everything does not work the way it wants to. So you're going to be tired. You're not going to want to do these workouts even more. You're going to have no energy. You're going to feel like crap. And then 2, your body is going to start retaining it, because it's going to be like, she never drinks it, so we may as well hold on to as much of it we can, and you're going to be bloated AF. So what you need to do is drink half of your body weight in water. So however much You weigh, divide that number by 2. That's the amount of ounces that I want you to drink in a day, okay? And once you figure out how many ounces that is, get a container that you know. Like, so for instance, I have a water bottle that is 24 ounces. So I know that I have to have so many of those in a day. I know how many I need to drink of those in a day to get half of my body weight's water intake, you know? Those giant water bottles on the airplane, I need to drink like 2.5 of those a day. So I know that. So I know that, okay, I have 2 legs today. I'm going to drink one of those on this leg. I'm going to drink the other one on the other leg. And the half will happen at some point before I go to bed or whatever. So, or during my workout. So you need, and water is not tea. Water is not juice. Water is not coffee. Water is not your shake. Water is water. Okay. I mean, just freaking water only. And I don't mean carbonated water either. Carbonated water is not water, okay? There is water in it, but it is not the same. If you have like an 8-ounce soda water, it is not the same as an 8-ounce glass of water. So you're not going to be able to gauge how much water is in there, and you're not going to know how much you're drinking, and it is not enough water. So you need to be drinking water. And there are, I think on the Fix8 it has some recipes, but add fruit to your water. Add stuff to your water, natural stuff to your water. Add fruit, mint, lemon. Add stuff to your water and it'll taste better and you'll like it better and you'll drink more of it. Okay, that's all I'm going to say about water. And that is that plan. Okay, there are some tips on that plan that I wanted to give to you. Listen, guys, Beachbody On Demand, there are endless things on here that are going to help you out with everything, okay? So if you go back into your main screen and you go to the 21-day fix, in their program materials, there is a 21-day fix edible tally sheet. There's a printable, and you can print that out. If you go into that right now, you can look at it. It'll have everything's blank. It's just like a little sheet. It's right there for you. You can put however many cups you're supposed to eat in a day, and then you have your tally sheet there. You know how many you're supposed to eat in a day. You can print this out every week, and then I would recommend at least before every day, but for me, I don't have freaking time for that. I got to sit down on Sunday, and I've got to map out what I'm eating for the week, because here's the thing. If you do not plan your workouts and you do not plan your meals, you're A, not going to do your workouts, and B, you're going to eat crap that's not on your plan. You have got to plan, guys, because if you don't plan, you're setting yourself up for failure because you're not used to this. This is not something that you do every day. You haven't been working out every day, and you haven't been eating good every day, so you're not used to this. So you can't just assume that your body and your mind is just going to do it, like just because I'm doing this plan now, so now my body and mind know what to do. That is false. This is a new territory for you guys, so you have got to plan. And until this becomes a habit, you have to do this every week. And I gotta tell you, I've been doing this for 2 years, and I still do it. The workouts, not so much, because I kind of already know what I'm doing, because I'm always following a plan. But I that's how I pick my trips. When I'm a flight attendant, when I pick my trips, I'm like, can I work out on that trip? If I can't, I get rid of it. So you've got to plan. That's all I'm going to say about that. You've got to plan, and we'll talk about that in our first meeting on Sunday. But those are those tally sheets for you guys. And the last really cool thing that I'm going to tell you about in Beachbody On Demand is, okay, well, it just broke. But the Fix8, if you go back out of that into your main page and you go into the Fix8 program, this is thebomb.com. Okay, I'm bringing that back. I don't know why, but this is like my favorite thing of all time. There are millions, thousands of recipes in there that are good for you, and they're mapped around these portion control cups. Okay, Autumn Calabrese, who created these portion control cups, and her brother Bobby have made this little like cooking show. He's a chef. And they make really, really, really good and good for you food. And there's a video on each one. So it shows you exactly how to make it. And it tells you which portion, how many of what, which portion cup are in each thing. It couldn't be easier, guys. You have your little tally sheet. You go into the Fix8 thing and you're like, oh, banana nut pancakes. That sounds like something I want for breakfast. Well, this is how many cups, colored cups are in that thing. I'm going to put it on my tally sheet. That's my breakfast for this day. And what else can I do? Oh, these tacos look awesome. I'm going to totally make that. So I'm going to put that in here. Now I have this many cups left. It's just like that. Couldn't be easier, guys. It's all there for you. Okay? The next plan I'm going to introduce to you, and I am not going to go super in detail about this because it is a little bit complicated and I will totally lose you. But if you're interested in it, please contact me and we'll talk about it if it doesn't make sense to you. This is the 80-day obsession program. It's based off of, well, it's not based off of this, but it segues from what I just spoke to you about with the portion control cups, but it's just a little bit more tight. So this is really going to shred you. This is like a super intense kind of nutrition program. So if you're like, let's do this, it's all or nothing, I'm going, and you know, this is the one for you. Okay? So this is all about time nutrition. When you go into the program materials of 80-day obsession, it'll tell you how to go to the very first thing, and it'll tell you how to calculate which plan you're in. This is again not based off of your weight, how much your current weight, which is just the one that I was just talking about. Couldn't be easier. This one's a little bit more complicated. You're going to put your current weight in, and you're going to calculate what your kind of your base rate is, and then you're going to calculate like how many calories you should be eating if you want to maintain, and then from that you're going to subtract like 750, I believe, and that is going to be your like magic number of which plan you're in. So then you go into your plan, and this specific plan is based around timed nutrition. This is around your workouts. So basically, you're going to eat a specific meal an hour before your workout. You're going to work out, and then you're going to have a specific meal after that. And then there's 3 other meal options that you have that you can interchange throughout the day. But you kind of have to eat whatever those meals say. You have to eat them, the cups in that order. But you can move the meals around. The only thing that you can't move around is that it's in orange. If you open it up right now, you can look at it. It's in orange. That little section right there is your workout block. You can't move those. You have to eat that specific thing before your workout. You got to work out, and then you have to eat that specific thing after your workout. The other thing I'll mention about this is a lot of it mentions the performance line in that. And I don't think any of you are doing any of the performance lines, so just kind of ignore that. If you scroll all the way down to the bottom of that program material right there, it'll show you the block without any of the performance line. So if you're not doing any of the chocolate the recovery shake and all that stuff, if you're not doing any of that, it shows you that. It'll also show you variations, like if you're going to work out in the morning, midday, or evening, how you kind of move your meals around. But that plan is very, very, very specific for eating specific things around your workout. So, and it's a little bit more streamlined. It's a little bit more complicated. It's not too much more complicated. You can still use the Fix8 and all of those recipes and things. It's just a little bit more tight, and it's gonna shred you faux show. Either way, if you use the plan I just talked about or the plan we talked about earlier, you're gonna lose some weight, guys. You're gonna do really, really well with this if you just stick to either of those plans. The last plan I'm gonna talk about is not in Beachbody. It is not something I'm sponsoring, whatever. It's just the way that I eat specifically. It's how I eat. So I'm not gonna go a lot into detail about this. I'm just gonna give you some material. Again, this is all up to you guys. You know, your body is different than mine. You know it better than I do. If you're completely clueless and you need help, we will do a Zoom call. We will talk on the phone, and we will figure this out for you. Do not worry. But I just wanted to give you all the information. So I'm doing the MAID diet. The MAID diet is basically, it's not keto, but it sounds like it. It's higher fat, low carb, and adequate amount of protein. Basically no sugar, and there's intermittent fasting in it. So I eat in about an 8-hour window, and I take a 16-hour rest once I'm finished eating in my 8-hour window. So I fast. And I also workout fasted. The reason why this diet works for me and may not work for you, but maybe it does, I want to give you all the information. I have a lot of food allergies and food restrictions, things that, upset my stomach. I'm just very sensitive to a lot of different foods. So my digestive system is working overtime like all the time. So I've done all the programs that I just spoke about. I've done them before. And I really, really loved the 80-day obsession one a lot, because I loved the idea of the time nutrition. I loved how everything was organized, and I knew exactly what I was eating, and I planned everything out. But I felt tired all the time, and I realized after reading this book, the Made Diet, that my digestive system was literally working in overtime, because I was eating every 2 or 3 hours. And so I would eat something and barely digest it and then eat another thing. And so my digestive system was just constantly going, and that was why I was feeling tired. So I needed rest in between, a longer rest in between my meals. And then once I was done with my meals for the day, I needed a long rest to just give my body a complete break. So that's why it works for me. It may not work for you. Here's the information. It's called The Made Diet. It is a book you can buy on Amazon. Actually, the writer of the book and creator of this diet is a Beachbody coach. She is one of the top Beachbody coaches. She's also a certified nutritionist, or whatever it's called. I'm not, obviously, because I don't even know what it's called. And she also is a personal trainer. She was on the PIO video, and she is certified to teach PIO and all these other, So she's great. But the best thing about her is she's just a really cool, down-to-earth lady. So if you are interested in this, you read the book, and then you have questions, you can message her on Instagram. Her handle is Melissa Made. She has answered every single one of my questions. She doesn't know me personally, but she talks to me on Instagram all the time, and I freaking adore her. She is just, doesn't matter how many followers she has, how famous she is, she's so down to earth and so, so cool, and she will answer all of your questions. So if you have any questions about that, you can ask her. You can also ask me some questions. Again, I'm not a doctor. I'm not a certified nutritionist. I don't know some things. And I'm not qualified to tell you certain things. But if you ask me something like, I'm really thinking about trying the beach bars, but how does that work into the Made Diet? I can answer that for you, because I know the answer to that question. But if you're like, oh, I have this disease and I take these pills, and I'm not sure if I'm going to be like, you got to consult your doctor, because I don't know. And I will say that you guys should really consult your doctors before trying any of these diets, because, you haven't been eating this way, and maybe it isn't for you, And if you do have food restrictions, or you are taking medications or things like that, I would definitely consult your doctor before you try any of these new things. I think that's it. I think that's all I have to say. Other than watch the videos on, did I say that? I'm not sure if I told you to watch the videos on the Fix8. The Fix8 thing, if you go into the workouts, there's videos, and it'll explain to you the portion control cups in great detail, better than I did. It'll talk to you about how to meal prep and all that stuff. And then also, if you go into Beachbody On Demand into Shakeology, I know I've said this a couple of times in my videos, watch that video on Shakeology, because you guys want to know what's going into your body. And I got to tell you that if you don't even, I have to tell you that Shakeology saved my diet. It's saved my diet so many times, because I'll just eat garbage today, and then I have this Shakeology, and I'm like, I just got all my nutrition in one day in one shake. Thank God. Thank God I have that, because otherwise I would feel like garbage if I, there's some days that you just don't, I'm on the road all the time. Sometimes I'm eating airplane food all day, and it's not great. Okay, that's it. That's all I have to say. If you guys have questions about anything, please message me. Please text me. We'll talk. I'll call you guys. You can call me. We can do a Zoom. let's check back in on, I'm going to go back into the Facebook page and see how that poll is doing on our Zoom call for the week. I think it's going to be either Sunday or Monday, and it looks like morning time because it seems like everyone's busy every other time. But so that'll be the next time I talk to you guys, and hopefully you're doing your before Lift 4 workouts, and you're drinking your Shakeology. And Monday is our very first workout. I'm so excited. Get excited, guys. Okay, that's it. That's all I have for you guys. I know I talk forever, but I want to give you guys all the information. I really want you guys to be super prepared for this and do your very best. And I know you will. Okay, that's it. Bye.